Welcome back to the path. In part 1, we learned to stop rowing against the current. We found the internal quiet of the uncarved block. But we cannot stay in the forest forever. Eventually, we must return to the city, to the noise, and to difficult people. The question is, how do we carry this peace into a world that wants to fight us? How do we win without fighting? Lao Tzu teaches us the paradox of soft power. He says, nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet, for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. Think of the Grand Canyon. Rock is rigid, it refuses to move, and because it is rigid, it eventually cracks and crumbles. It is brittle. Water is fluid. If you strike it, it moves aside. You cannot break a river, because it yields, it survives. In your life, when you meet an aggressive person or a stubborn problem, your instinct is to be a rock, to argue back, to crash. But the Tao suggests, be the water. Do not absorb the impact, flow around it. When someone screams in anger, they are offering you a gift of fire. If you are a rock, you catch fire. If you are water, you extinguish it by simply not reacting. You drown their anger in your silence. This leads to the lesson of the bamboo. A mighty oak tree is strong, but in a hurricane, it snaps because it does not bend. The bamboo is hollow and seemingly weak, but when the wind howls, it bends to the ground. When the wind stops, it snaps back, unharmed. Winning without fighting means letting the opponent defeat themselves with their own energy. You preserve yours. Modern society rewards the loud. We think strength looks like a clenched fist. But the Tao says true strength is the open hand. A clenched fist can hold nothing. An open hand can hold the world. This brings us to leadership. In our world, leaders stand at the top of the pyramid and shout down. The Tao offers a radical inversion. All streams flow to the sea because it is lower than they are. Humility gives the ocean its power. It is vast because it puts itself below the rivers, not above them. If you want to influence people, do not stand above them. Place yourself below them. Listen more than you speak. When you lower yourself like the ocean, people's energy flows to you naturally. You become a reservoir of trust. Lao Tzu says, the best leader is one whose existence the people barely know. When his work is done, they say, we did it ourselves. Think of the invisible roots of a tree. They hold the entire structure up, yet they are never seen. Be the root, not the branch. The branch waves in the wind and gets the attention, but the root survives the winter. Finally, we must learn the art of stopping. We live in a culture of more. More money, more followers, more optimizations. We consume information until we are sick. We consume status until we are lonely. The Tao warns, fill your bowl to the brim and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will blunt. Perfectionism is a trap. If you obsess over making something perfect, you ruin it. You become a slave to the outcome. Knowing when to stop is the highest wisdom. It is the sun knowing when to set to let the stars shine. If the sun refused to set, the world would burn. Rest is not a weakness. It is the other half of creation. Retire when your work is done. This is the way of heaven. So, as you go into your week, remember the watercourse way. Be soft in your defense. Be low in your leadership. Trust that the current knows where it is going. You do not need to force the river. When you feel the urge to tighten your grip, remember the sand. Relax your hand and the sand remains. Relax your mind and the solution appears. Practice the pause. Before you react to the anger, take one breath of silence. In that silence, you transform from the rock that breaks to the water that flows. Thank you for walking this path with us. If you found value in this silence, Please subscribe.